My name is Kathleen Selmans. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Amplified Now. We create with our clients expert videos that show off their expertise and help them build content marketing that looks and sounds just like them. And today I want to talk about where else you can use video. I focus on content mainly because the blog is one of the most neglected parts of people's websites, and so when I come in and say, look, there's a really easy way to get yourself a new blog post that sounds and looks like you every single week for 6 months. If you work with us, we'll figure it out. It's an easy thing to say, it's an easy thing to understand, but I realized recently that I'm overlooking something big. And it came to me twice. One client was talking about where else we could use videos, and he had some ideas, and we looked at a competitor's website and they had really cool videos where, and I'll tell you where in a second. And then another client created a video without prompting, and he called it Why I Do What I Do. Those were two places where I thought, okay, we probably should do a video about this, because yes, of course, your blog, your YouTube channel, everywhere that you're thinking is a good place for video. But I want to talk about the two places that are not necessarily marketing videos, but are a really good example of how a video helps somebody convert. And the first place is the FAQ section of a website. So the client that we talked about doing this with, he said, okay, look at this competitor's website. And so they had on their website, and an FAQ page, they had the question. And if you clicked on the question, instead of having text expand below, what happened was a video popped up and they said, hey, great question. And then they answered it. And so they did this with, 10 different FAQs. And those videos were short, and they almost certainly are not part of the content distribution that we do for your blog posts. You don't need an answer to an FAQ to be on some of your social channels or scheduled out into the future. But what you do need is a way for people to connect with you that has you answering those questions. That's a really cool way to make your FAQs look like yours, and not just one that you copied off of somebody else's FAQ page, because that's what a lot of FAQs look like. And I just thought that was a really interesting and neat idea for adding personality and authority to a part of your website that is conversion oriented. People are looking at the FAQ page because they are looking for a reason why your product or service isn't going to work for them. And if your FAQs are set up in such a way that they're like, yeah, I have that question too. Some of your questions are objections to why this might not work. Then you can convince somebody without getting on the phone call or getting them on a phone call. The second place is your about page. Now, depending on the size of your company, your about page might have a who we are roster. And you might have studio images from when a photographer came in and took everybody's pictures, so it's got the same blue background, and a 1 or 2 sentence blurb about each person, but does that really show off your company's personality? I would argue that it does not. The client that had John, who had the Why I Do What I Do, we put that in his about page, and the people that are clicking on your about page, again, are looking for reasons to work with you or not. So they're scanning to see if you're someone that they can trust or someone, they're looking for cues. And if they hit the play button on your about page, they're so much more likely to convert. And so those are two ways to add video to your website that don't include the whole repurposing side, the whole marketing side of things. So you're going to want to upload them onto a private network, not YouTube. You don't need them to be readily available anywhere but your website. And then you don't need to transcribe them. You can still caption them, but you don't need to have a written version of them. Unless you do, unless you want that for accessibility, but you have that accessibility when you burn it into the captions. And I think that's yet another way to make your website come alive for the people that are thinking about whether they want to work with you or not. Hit me up for more video tips. I'm at amplifiednow.com. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.